Quarter, 2 receiving touchdowns for him. How are they going to slow him down?
I think they're thinking about altering their game plan. Whatever they came in with, now maybe you switch a better cover guy to him. Or you make sure you have more people in his general area wherever he lines up to at least try and discourage them from throwing the ball to him.
Tucker now to add the point after.
The extra point.
And that'll make this a 6-point game.
It is good.
We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. Taken in at the 3.
The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Back now comes Tampa Bay. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
On 1st down, Brady. And now a fumble. Brady loses the football. And the offense will cover this one up, but they'll be pushed back inside their own 10. The fumble on 1st down. Now here's 2nd down.
Fumble on the play. Recovered by the offense.
Working from the gun, it's Brady. And they're going to get to him. That is going to be a safety. Tom Brady taken down to the end zone. And you know, the man who sat in my chair the last few years, he has a theory. These plays, these safeties, they're so rare. Maybe they should be worth more than 2, maybe 4 points.
I think he's got a great point. I really do, Brandon. But I would go ahead and up it to 6. I'm a former defender.
Ooh.
To me, that's like scoring a touchdown.
Easy now. I'll go 4. I don't know about 6.
Come on. Come up to 6.
A lot of points. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And we have seen a lot on the scoreboard here in this quarter. So sometimes you talk to me about tendency breakers on offense. These defenses struggling. Are there tendency breakers on defense?
All defensive coordinators keep something in their hip pocket for these types of situations. What can we do to slow down the onslaught? But the biggest thing is making sure these guys encourage each other, pick themselves up, because right now it's been a really tough ball game trying to stop these offenses.
Oh, it really has, especially as of late. Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Mark Andrews, there. And it's 2nd down.
He was covered by Antoine Winfield.
To throw again, Jackson. Buying time to his left. He's going to take off with it. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
At the 44-yard line. It's a gain of 5.
Now Dobbins, and they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up 4th down.
Brought down by Levante David. A gain of 3. It's 4th down.
They're going on 4th down. It's Jackson. He'll buy some time right. He can run for it, and he will. 4 yards there as they let him out of the pocket, and he got enough for the first.
Baltimore Raven. 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
They'll throw on 1st down with Jackson. And that'll be complete to Dobbins. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. A gain of 4 last play. They double that here and get 8.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Get your swerve on. Take the edge. Take the edge. Go, go.
Looking to throw again on second down. Jackson, rush coming, and he's taken down. Carlton Davis speeds in for the sack on the corner blitz.
33-yard line.
On third down, here's Dobbins. So he fought off the tackle, and that effort gives him the first before he's brought down. Got what they needed there. The drive continues with a 9-yard pickup.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. That's the first right there.
And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. 19 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it first and goal.
First and goal at the 5-yard line.
A reminder coming up here at halftime. We'll ship you off to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman will have first-half highlights and analysis from a back-and-forth first half that we've seen. That is caught at the 7-yard line. Not much there, only a yard. Second and goal from inside the 5.
It's a gain of a yard. Brings up second and goal at the Buccaneers.
Here's Dobbins, and he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. Taking it in from 4 yards out as the Ravens push further out in front. Second effort there, he was determined to find pay dirt, and he did.
I think that's a great example of what coaches talk about, a back that runs behind his pads, and he uses pads to get him into the end zone.
And the lead is up to 15 now. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And it's finished off by a touchdown run from J.K. Dobbins.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This one fielded at the 5.
The Bucs take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Tom Brady leads the offense out for their next possession. And how does he rally the troops, so to speak? He's played well, but they're down big on the scoreboard. How does he get his guys going?
To make sure they understand it's not a me game, it's a team game. Everyone has to come together. Everyone has to up the level of play a little bit, including himself, and find a way to make some play.
It got his man complete. And all the way down to the 37. It's a big play there for the Buccaneers. 43 yards.
I think it's pretty safe to say that initially they had to be thinking about trying to get into field goal range. But after that shot right there, they've got to be thinking bigger right now.
And that was probably their thought offensively. If we hit this, great. Let's go for the end zone. If not, settle for a field goal. Looks like they can try to hit pay dirt. That is caught inside the 5. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. O.J. Howard, 28 yards. And the Bucs are able to cut in now to that deficit.
I think everyone in the league talks about finishing, don't they? Doesn't matter whether it's a quarter, a half, a game, a series, whatever. But they're finishing the first half in fine style, putting that one in the end zone.
They did, and they didn't leave much time on the clock either. Well done.
Bradley Pinion to kick off for Tampa Bay.
And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. A second broken tackle. And he's going to get this across the 20 as he's out of bounds at the 23.
First and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down. And it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. A very solid gain of 27.
That is definitely what we call our defense an uh-oh play. And what you mean by that is against Lamar Jackson, when you see him out of the pocket, your first thought is, uh-oh, he's going to try and run it. How do I get to him and get him on the ground? And guess what? That didn't happen, and his receivers took advantage.
From midfield now, here's Jackson rolling to his right. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down. Throwing again on second down. Jackson escaping the pressure right. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first.
For a Baltimore Raven. 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
From the gun, Jackson. Oh, that was dangerous. Threw it into coverage, almost picked, but instead they'll keep it on second down.
Complete. It leads to 2nd and 10.
Field goal unit not out there. They want 6 before halftime. Final play of the half here. It's Jackson. He uncorks it for Snead. Got a man. It's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Willie Snead. As time expires in the first half, and the Ravens will add on to their lead. And just before the half ends, the prayer is answered. Defensively, a disaster there.
I know often we're surprised when this actually works. I mean, the excitement level goes way up, but maybe we shouldn't be, because I know as a defender, you've got to play the ball in this situation, but you can't interfere with the receiver because, remember, it's a spot foul, and it'd be 1st and goal if it happens in the end zone, and you don't want to give up that play. And that little bit of hesitancy often works really well for offensive guys.
And now this will be the final play of the half, as with no time remaining, they'll try and add 2 more to the lead right before intermission. They're going to try and run, and he will get into the end zone. So a perfect finish to the half. They get the touchdown on the final play, and 2 more for good measure. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, right, Brandon.
Okay. Well, so much for the halftime report here. Guy can't even finish his Snickers. We're going to get right to the third quarter. Let me spit this out. So this a 2-possession ball game as we get back underway, set for the third quarter. Oh, a good-looking return set up here.
The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
The attention shifting back to Chris Godwin and the rest of the Tampa offense. Good day for him so far here in the third quarter. He's hit pay dirt once, over 100 yards, but hey, it's the third quarter. He's thinking, I want more, right?
He wants more, and it just increases the confidence.
Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. It's Chuck Clark picking it off, and the return stops at the 39-yard line. That one is going to sting. First play of the third quarter and a turnover.
And you have to know that at halftime, they spent a lot of time going through their checklist of what they wanted to accomplish to start this third quarter, turning it over.
To kick off for Tampa Bay.
Bradley Pinion has it teed up, and here we go with 2 of the most exciting offenses around as the Bucs visit Baltimore. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
just me and you.
Here's Jackson. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Jordan Whitehead there defensively.
Well, when you've got a tight end who can run, you've got to give him a shot to unlock the defense. Want to see what they can get, taking the big shot downfield. That one winds up incomplete.
Jackson fakes the give and keeps it. And he's into the clear. 30.
Oh, that's the way to run it,
Past
boy.
the 20. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson, 84 yards. And the Ravens have taken the early lead. Well, we've certainly seen this before, CD. No one can quite electrify a crowd like Lamar Jackson, and really don't know what else to say other than that was special right there.
I think you pretty much said it all, but I go back to what you said about electrifying a crowd. He's also electrifying us, and we're calling the game. This guy is simply sensational.
And the Ravens lead at 7-0. It only took him 2 plays there to find the end zone. The last one, the long run, getting him in for 6 points. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Fields this way up at the 7. And deep in his own territory. He coughs up the football. And this is going to be brought back for a Baltimore touchdown. CD, look at this clock and scoreboard. We're less than a minute into this game, and they've already made 2 trips to the end zone.
So that means that someone's confidence is absolutely soaring right now. There's almost no slowing them down. On the flip side, now you've got to get together. You've got to talk to each other. Make sure you stay tight, stay focused as a team. Yeah, it's a quick blitz, but you can get back in this game if you don't
offense onto the field as their first involvement will be a two-point conversion attempt. To throw is Jackson. And this will be caught. So the try for two good, and it pushes them out to a 15-0 lead. And boy, things switched on a dime here. The fumble recovery for the touchdown and also a two-point try on top successful.
That feels like a momentum call. Pick it up on a fumble return, take it the other way for a touchdown. That's demoralizing for a team to have it happen against them. So the offense just says, you know something? Let's add to it. Pile on top, go for two now while their heads are down.
The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Brady and the Buccaneers here, 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. He'll throw from the gun. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. He's got a man, complete. And all the way down to the 29. A big play that time for Tampa Bay. 42 yards.
And this offense needed something to try and seize the momentum a little bit, and that might have been exactly what they needed. Now they have a chance to go downfield and score and cut into the lead.
They had the huge play last time. Here it is a much smaller gain of 2. From the 27, Brady. This into the hands of his running back, Ronald Jones. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. Now they'll have it 1st and goal following that gain of 17.
I'm not sure that this play was designed for him specifically, but they got through the progressions and got the ball to him. So, second catch on the drive. He may not be a primary guy, but they definitely want him involved, don't they?
Absolutely. This early, the opening drive, as you said, 2 catches. So, if they can get him going in the passing game, that should open up his running game, too. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. Shotgun now for Brady. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off here by Jimmy Smith. He's at the 50, the 30. 20, 10. And he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown.
Partner, what we just saw, that's a great example of a team that was really amped up. They've been playing so well, yet they didn't get overexcited and have a bust on defense and gave up a big play. Instead, they created their own big play with a pick 6. This one may be over.
Yeah, it's just the first half, but that lead has swelled to the point where you're wondering if it is over already. Now Tucker to add the PAT. And the lead opens up now to 22 points. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. From the 6. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard.
Tampa Bay, they're getting ready to set up shop here for their second drive. And following the pick 6, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
They told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
Brady again here on 2nd and 10. The left side completion to Jones. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
Well, these guys certainly need something good to go their way because this first quarter has been something of a disaster for them trying to move the ball. But that completion there maybe can get them focused and moving in the right direction.
Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. And they had a gain of 10 last time, now a gain of 20 here.
But I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Throwing on first down is Brady. Looking downfield for Godwin. This is caught inside the 15.
Brady's pass.
Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Chris Godwin, 44 yards. And the Bucs are able to close the gap just a bit. Down 3 scores already. This game was really in danger of getting away from them. They needed a drive like that, especially on the road.
Not only to calm themselves, but maybe tamp down the crowd a little bit because everything was against them. As you noted, this game could have gotten away from them very easily, but instead, the calming drive, now they have a little bit more confidence. Okay, we're back in it. All right, we're ready to go. That was impressive.
And the defense now needs to reciprocate. Extra point up and good by Suckup. And that will cut the lead down to 15. Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
At their own 16-yard line.
Baltimore set to take over here for their second possession of the game, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Brings up
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson. 8 yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a first down.
That's good for a Baltimore Raven. 1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
Off the play fake to Dobbins, here's Jackson. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
On 2nd down, a run with Dobbins. And he works his way forward for a couple up past the 30. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Makes it 3rd and 8.
On 3rd down, Jackson. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes.
Jackson.
So 4th and 15, but the offense is staying out there to go for it.
It's 4th down.
They'll try and throw for it here. Flush to his right. And it is incomplete. It was the linebacker, Devin White, there to knock it away.
I don't know why you would do that. It's almost guaranteed points the other way. I mean, I get it if it's a late-game situation, maybe even 4th and inches. But, boy, that's a huge risk to take.
Yeah, now they're set up in prime position going the other way. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. It's Chuck Clark picking it off. Past the 10 to the 11-yard line, and that's where the return stops.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 11-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on fourth, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to get a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, that allows the coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar situation.
I was going to say maybe makes that offense feel good, but when you know you've got a defense making stands like that.
Yeah, that'll loosen up things a little bit, won't it? Maybe you'll play a little bit better the next time you have the ball.
It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
Good for a Baltimore Raven.
From the gun, it's Jackson. Hit from behind, and he's going to be driven down. The sack by the Super Bowl champion and Pro Bowler Jason Pierre-Paul.
Back at the 18-yard line.
Throwing on second and long. Jackson. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Jackson.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come. Up with something here on third down. Operating from the gun. Jackson eluding the pressure right. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. It'll be a pickup of 16, but they'll remain short of the marker, and it's fourth down. He may try and run for this. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Bucs are going to take over with excellent field position to boot. So they take a big chance here in their own territory. And you think the coach may have some questions to answer?
Yeah, and, you know, normally we focus on the media, right? The social media barrage that he's going to get for this one. How about on his own sideline and in his locker room? Because I think the team's going to look at him like, Coach, why would we go for it there? I mean, no confidence in the defense. You don't like the punter. I mean, what's going on here? You owe some explanations.
Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. The last drive he threw the pick, but he's not shy. He's going downfield again there.
And you can't be, because if you back off after throwing an interception, your whole game plan just goes right out the window, and it makes things easier for a defense. And you and I both know there's a quarterback in this league that's any good that doesn't throw an interception occasionally, and they usually bounce back in a big way. I've seen guys throw 5 and still find a way to win the game in the end.
The former first-round pick Marlon Humphrey there to get a hand on it. They've been in the red zone 3 times in this game and have not scored a single point. Can they break through here on second and goal? And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off here by Jimmy Smith.
Jimmy Smith.
Second straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to unnerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one, or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at the 34. And they'll run the option to start the drive. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain there as he kept it himself at second down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down.
Baltimore Raven. 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
From the gun, Jackson. It's brought in here by Willie Snead. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Operating from the gun, Jackson. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Tremendous field position there and a perfect time to do exactly what they did. Take a shot at the end zone. And they went for the big play, just unable to complete it.
On 2nd down, Dobbins. And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line. They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is 3rd down. Jackson. That's caught by the former Sooner, Mark Andrews. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. From the 21, it's 2nd and 10.
Makes it 2nd and 10 at the 21-yard line.
Throwing again, Jackson. Looking left side, Andrews with it complete. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop it before you get a good head of steam going.
And the Ravens are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Shaquille Barrett able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
It's 2nd and goal at the Bucs 16-yard line.
To try again after the sack. Jackson, that is caught at the 7-yard line. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. They'll still have a 3rd and goal now despite picking up 13 yards on that pass play.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs as we just saw there.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. No movement from the field goal unit. They've got 4 full yards to go here on 4th and goal to hit pay dirt, but they're going to go for it. Jackson from the shotgun. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked by Antoine Winfield Jr. And it's a good return here as he'll get all the way up close to the 35.
Intercepted by the Buccaneers.
Boy, that's the kind of interception that can save a game right there. They're already down 2 scores. Huge play, slowing down what was going against them.
I was thinking the same thing. You get down 3 scores there at this stage, could be in for a long ball game. 30 seconds remain in this first half as they come up here 1st and 10. So after the INT, it's Brady. Airing this one out for Evans. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. It's Chuck Clark picking it off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. That late in the clock, 2nd quarter, why not just run it a time or 2 and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing may have forced them into saying, let's try and get some more points.
And they'll begin by running the option. And he'll just burrow his way back to the line of scrimmage, and that's about it. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. It's Kevin White, the linebacker.
Here we go. Let's get him.
So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. Due to time constraints, we move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the third quarter.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
So this a two-possession ball game as we get back underway, set for the third quarter. Taken from about the 12.
The Bucs take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
And here we go again with Tom Brady in Tampa's offense. Any surprise in your mind he's out there to start the second half after 4 first-half interceptions?
I used to be surprised by a lot of things, partner, but in this case I'm not, because you know they want him to be their guy. And the only way to truly establish that is to give him a chance to work through some of the issues he had in the first half.
Brady now on first down. And he finds Howard complete. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. That catch good for only a couple.
Second and 8 at the 27-yard line.
To throw again on second down. Brady. And now here is another interception. He's picked off near his own 48. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. The first half did not go their way, and that's not going to help matters at all. An interception here on the opening drive of the third quarter.
Obviously not what they were striving to accomplish. But you know who's really upset on their team? The defense. Already trailing. They're going to be counted on to try and hold that score at least where it is.
They'll start with the option. And down inside the 15 he goes. 16 yards on that one and a Raven first.
Good for a Baltimore Raven. First and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Now Jackson on first down. This will be caught just inside the 10. And the Ravens are going to be set up with a first and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. A solid pickup of 13 sets him up first and goal. And no signal yet. I don't think he got in. He didn't. They'll mark him at the 1. No gain there as he kept it himself at second down.
Well, for that being an option play, there really weren't too many options available for him, were there?
No, there weren't, and at least he was able to get back to the line of scrimmage, so he didn't lose anything, but you're exactly right. Nowhere to go.
Third and goal.
Third and goal, Jackson. And he will not get away. He's sacked back around the 3-yard line. Ndamukong Suh with a sack. We've seen that a ton since he entered the league in 2010.
And goal.
Fourth down, here's Jackson. Steps away to his left. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Ravens will extend their lead.
So the lanes continue to be there for Lamar Jackson to run that football. That his second touchdown run of the game.
You know what I would like? I'd like for us to be able to go into a defense's room after playing Lamar Jackson and watch the tape and see how much of a lane was really there and how much he created just through his talents. In any event, Lamar Jackson finds the end zone, doesn't he?
He always seems to, but that's a good point. We sometimes put blame on the defense. Maybe we just need to praise Lamar Jackson a little bit more.
After review of the play,
well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player. You threw it yourself, but it didn't go your way.
At the end of the day, it all comes back to the head coach. He has the final determination on whether to actually challenge the play or not. In this case, it didn't pay off for him.
And that's got to be so heartbreaking. You throw that flag, you probably feel really confident, and then all of a sudden, boom, you lose the challenge.
Yeah, when you take a look at it, you're throwing that flag because you believe you're going to be right. And when it comes back the other way, you have to regroup.
Very short kick. Now a hit and a loose football.
Fumble on the play. Recovered by the receiver.
So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
36 yards on the play.
A gain of 36 yards. First down, Buccaneers.
Snap comes at 1, and it's Brady.
He'll drop this underneath for Jones.
And the ball is out. Jones got hit and lost it. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And they're going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. There are two words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S, ball security.
And they preach it. They have it up in meeting rooms, right? You see the signs. They talk about it all the time. But still, when you've got defenders out there who are preaching, hey, we're going to take the ball away from you, no matter what position you play, you've got to take care of the rock.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. They'll start by running the option to the right.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Beating him there with his legs. 21 yards, first down. From the gun, Jackson. He gets this underneath to Dobbins. That catch good for only a couple. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down.
Got that look from me there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
Going right side here, and that's complete. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Des Bryant, 50 yards. And the Ravens continue to pour it on. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
And the lead is now an even 30. So that drive, 4 plays. And it's capped off with a Ravens touchdown.
Buccaneers 7. Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
From the 6.
Antonio Brown on the return. The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
Now, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. Dancing to his left. Airing this one out for Evans. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. The 20. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Mike Evans, 79 yards. And the Bucs are able to cut into that deficit.
Well, if they're going to make a game of this in the second half, they need a few big plays to go their way. That's one.
And the way to get it done is to also conserve time. So to your point, that big play right there, now you're not moving the ball downfield, taking time off the clock. You're leaving yourself a better avenue to continue to try and make a comeback.
Suck up for the extra point. Boy, and now they can't even get a play off.
Delay of game, offense.
That's going to set him back 5 yards. Another attempt now from 5 yards further back. Now that shaves a bit off the lead. It's now a 23-point game. And we can break that scoring drive down pretty easily. One play, long touchdown pass into the end zone.
Bradley Pinion to kick off for Tampa Bay.
And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away.
Fields it in the middle of the end zone.
Oh, able to avoid it.
And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
The throw here to Andrews, the tight end. And he
he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards. And he'll go right back to Andrews. Knocks him over. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A big play that time on the catch and run. 39 yards. Now the defense will burn their third and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. To throw again is Jackson. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Carlton Davis picks it. And it's a big turnover there on the final play of the quarter. So it'll be a change of possession on the turnover when we get back. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
We've seen that the deep ball has been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
Brady will try again on 2nd down. Quick slant to Brown. Now Brown, he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And this one will be brought back to the 22.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. After the fumble recovery, it's Jackson. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. A 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Ravens have used the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
Justin Tucker to kick off.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Very short kick taken right at the 20.
The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
You like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
Brady now on 1st down. And now a fumble. Brady loses the football.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and the Ravens have got it.
Lamar Jackson sacked. A fumble on the play.
And I don't know that fumble's going to matter a whole lot. You look at the deficit here in the 4th, it doesn't matter. The coach on the sideline still scratching his head.
Yeah, not only scratching his head, but probably writing a note or two about, we're going to address this come practice next week because maybe that's the reason we're down this far. Doesn't matter at this point, but being sloppy throughout the game, not going to help him improve.
Jackson going to look to do it himself.
And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line.
Tackle. Brought down back at the 21-yard line.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Jackson. That is caught right at the 10-yard line.
Mark Andrews.
They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
You know, Lamar Jackson last season.
And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Lamar Jackson doing it himself from 9 yards out. And the Ravens have used the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6.
This defense, so many things to worry about in the red zone area, but you'd have to almost think that Lamar Jackson running the football, that might be number 1.
It should be number 1, and in this portion of the field where things shrink a little bit.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and it's picked up by the Buccaneers. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. Past the 20.
The attempt at the two-point conversion is no.
Boy, that got pretty close to disaster. Going for 2, you cough it up. They almost returned it all the way to the other end for 2 for themselves.
You think electron ball security is in order here? Because
Absolutely.
and it's not just taking care of it, it's what you just talked about. What can result when you don't take care of it? They almost gave up a score.
Antonio Brown on the return. The Bucs take over 1st and 10. At their own 24.
Back now comes Tampa Bay. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And if we kept having a rough patch, he said,
under pressure, they got him again. Pernell McPhee picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. After the sack on 1st down, Brady. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Patrick Queen. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line. The utter domination here just continues. This defense, I don't know what more we can say all around about their performance.
Well, it certainly feels in this game like maybe they're facing a Canadian defense. 12 guys on the field. It feels like there's an extra on every snap because they have really struggled to make headway through the air.
And they'll run the option to start the drive.
Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
And this is where you need the quarterback to morph into being a running back. The ball can't be away from his body. It can't be loose. It can't be held like he's going to throw it. Tuck it away. Take care of it because he's going to run through a lot of traffic.
And if he doesn't take care of it, we're going to see less design runs like that. Looking downfield for he's got it at the 15. And they're going to have this in a great spot way down in Baltimore territory.
A gain of 50.
And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
This into the hands of his running back, Ronald Jones. Call it a gain of 5, and that'll make it a 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the Ravens' 9-yard line.
Brady gives this one off to Jones.
And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it. And that touchdown, well, it barely puts a dent in this lead. And unfortunately, I'm having too many flashbacks right now. I remember getting beat down like this playing before.
Oh, yeah? College, high school?
College, not a heck of a lot of fun. I still remember playing and trying to tackle an elusive tailback who ended up scoring 4 touchdowns, 226 yards. He scored so many times and had so many great runs, I knew every note to their school's fight song.
Bet that ice bath felt extra cold afterwards, too.
Oh, no, there was no ice bath. You're just trying to get out of there before the reporters got to you.
Takes this about 5 yards deep. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Vita Vea in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They've got a second down now as they look to salt this one away. On the option, Jackson will keep it. It's going to be a gain of 6 on the keeper, but it leads to a third down. A little do-it-yourself run right there, and a nice gain.
And I like that he knew that was about all he was going to get. So he did a nice job of protecting himself, took care of the football, took what the defense gave him. If they continue to allow him to do that, they'll find their way taking what they can all the way to the end zone.
He may try and run for this. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. A good decision in the end to pull it and run, gets him 9 yards and a first. And despite the late lead, Jackson to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. It's Devin White, the linebacker. And it's a pick 6. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD. This game's still fairly well in hand, but I think now you go conservative, don't you? Go into your shell, just run the football?
I think you have to, but you also have to tell your backs, make sure you're really protecting the football because you're going to run into a stacked defensive front, which is why they were throwing the football before, trying to make sure they just get their backs, really beat up in that situation. Now, good luck to them.
Extra point try now for Succop. Now that shaves a bit off the lead. It's now a 23-point game. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So it would no doubt be a miracle comeback from here, but let's see what they can do starting with the onside kick. And this one travels out of bounds, so unsuccessful there on the onside kick try.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Baltimore with good starting field position as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Sliding out of the pocket. He'll try and run it. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down.
And Brandon, this is the time of the game when Jackson could really take over. He's got the defense's legs a little bit tired. He's got them on the run.
Yeah, this defense looks gassed, and you're exactly right. Second half with the lead, this is when Lamar Jackson seems to thrive. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Oh, Jackson's going to throw it. And now here is another interception. It's Devin White, the linebacker. He's at the 40, 20, 10, and it's a pick 6. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD. So a dangerous pass over the middle into zone coverage, and it bit him hard.
And what's really difficult when you throw it in that direction and versus that zone, that means the linebackers have gotten to their spot, gotten their heads back around, and they can see the quarterback and everything in front of them. And they took big advantage of it, went the other direction. Excellent blocking, and picked up a touchdown.
They're going to run for it with Jones. And he will get into the end zone to cut the lead a little bit further. Well, it's still an uphill battle from here, that's for sure, but that makes it a 2-score game.
And now we see why teams practice so much on the 2-point conversion, why you have more than one play ready, because you may need multiples to throw out a ball game. There's a great example right there.
So time definitely not in their favor, down 2 scores, but they'll try the onside kick. Oh, I think the Bucs got it, and they did. Tampa Bay football. Well, that certainly makes things more interesting. You get the score, then you get the onside kick. A little uphill battle still, but a start.
It's not mission accomplished, but the plan is working. They are in a great spot right now, and the best part, they put the defense right back out on the field after having already scored.
Yeah, they've got the momentum here now. On 1st and 10, here's Brady. He's going to let it fly. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. And they just took a timeout with 2 seconds to go. This one obviously decided. Not sure they needed to take it, but we'll take it with them. Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a 1st and goal situation. One final try now for Brady. And this is going to be caught. So it affects the final score, not the outcome, but it is a late touchdown here on the game's final play. Doesn't affect the outcome, but, hey, nice job there to put it in the end zone for the final play.
Could it affect other things? Sometimes these types of scores are ones that we don't consider big at the time. Then later on we find out maybe that was a tiebreaker.
Yeah.
Or, of course, in the fantasy football world, these points mean a lot.
A lot there. As this gets them back within a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. Well, on the one side, if you're trying to take away something positive from this game, they played to the final whistle, getting the touchdown there on the last play, but still, all for naught, really.
Yeah, I'd say give them points for positivity. I like that. That part is good. But I often wonder, when the game is settled and the clock is run out, do we really need to kick the extra point?
Oh, yeah. It's silly. It's silly.
It doesn't make any sense to me. I know that people have explained before, well, you got to play it all the way through. Come on, this thing was done.